Hey guys, what's going on? Vin Ferretti and welcome to another exclusive crypto video. And today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, the live technical analysis of what I can kind of see with Bitcoin and ultimately the future of what the price prediction could be within the next couple of months, the end of the year, day, whatever, etc. So right now I'm sorry for deleting that video last night. I did not seem that it was an ethical reason for me to be kind of talking about lending ICOs, and I'm not going to be only I will still be kind of talking about lending ICOs. I'm kind of refreshing and restarting the whole lending ICO investments, but I wanted to change out. If you guys do invest in lending ICOs, and I'm saying you should only invest in what you find value in, I will be giving away all affiliate coins that I get. I want to show you guys I'm not in there for affiliates by any means. I'm in there to invest my own money, and I don't need your guys' money. I'm going to be giving it all back. So if you guys do end up signing up under me for any ICO from here on out, so any new videos that I make, that video that I do a review on and I talk about it, I will ultimately give it the affiliate coins away. So but that means is that if you like the video, you share it, you subscribe, you do all the right things, you comment, you're active within the Exclusive Crypto Facebook page, then you will be able to enter for these affiliate coin giveaways. So like I said, I'll be talking about that later, nothing to cover now, but I will be giving away all the affiliate coins for people who think I'm just in there for affiliates. By no means am I doing that. I really do find value in these coins, but also I'm going to be doing more safer investments. So everything I'm talking about is going to be something that I find value in, that I think safe, and I will literally tell you right at the beginning, like if I was talking about a lending ICO that I didn't think was that safe, but I'm willing to take a risk. I'll be like, guys, this is a big risk. Do not invest if you don't want to take a risk. You could never see this money again, and that's just kind of something that I'm going to be disclaiming to you guys. Obviously, I want to take the risk on certain things. That's just who I am. I like taking risks. I'm a young kid, but when you're young, I'm young. That's literally what I say about everything. Me and my friends kind of joke around. I say I'm young whenever I invest in something and I lose. I'm young. But ultimately, I like taking risks, and it's worked out good for me. But I do not want to push you guys in the wrong direction. So, like I said, whenever you sign up under me for an ICO that's only lending, I will be giving away all those coins. I will be talking about ICOs, talking about Bitcoin, continuing my channel of what it is, but kind of less going away from lending ICOs, more into real ones, more into ultimately technical analysis. Also, heading over to the Exclusive Crypto channel. If you guys haven't already joined that Facebook group, the link is in the description below. Motivated individuals, all about cryptocurrency, about 3,000 members if I didn't cover it in the intro before. But we will be kind of implementing a nice podcast for you guys. So let's say maybe every Sunday night or Sunday morning, we'll be doing a nice podcast, a live stream where you guys can join. It's not going to be any faces, just going to be voices, and you guys can listen about what's kind of going on for that week. I also will be doing a nice Sunday crypto talk where we will be talking about cryptos throughout that week, what I'm kind of eyeing in for the next weeks. I'll be updating you guys each week. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that live. I might do it live actually every Sunday night, so that's something that you guys can be looking out for. I think it's good for us to plan the week and kind of talk about what we're kind of looking for to happen, all based on technical analysis and maybe a couple news based that I'll be talking about. So let's jump into my screen. I kind of want to talk about Bitcoin and what I can possibly see for Bitcoin through the next couple of weeks. So guys, here's the technical analysis of Bitcoin. We're kind of going to be going through that, but before I kind of jump into that, I do want to show you guys a nice Excel spreadsheet that I'm kind of getting together for you guys. Obviously not finished. I'm going to be releasing it to you guys. We're going to have an online one where you guys can track all the SEOs that I talk about and update it, and we're also going to have kind of your own portfolio where you can track your holdings, and we're going to be doing this as a group. So we're going to look at some coins. We're going to put it in here. I'm going to show you guys things that I hold, but this is just kind of like a little gist of it. So it's not finished at all, but let's say you invest in Stenium. You can put how much you initially put in, put the BTC value, and then you have the coin amount. We have it pulled right from CoinMarketCap, and then we have the current amount, rate of return. And let's say you have some holdings, so you can list all your holdings here. It'll be updated live time. Simply, if you just change the number, this will ultimately be perfect for everyone who is interested in kind of keeping track. It'll be easy to keep track of, and like I said, we'll have a live one where you can ultimately kind of see. I probably won't share what I'm investing in, but say for instance we talk about a coin that week, we can track it throughout all through that live one, as well as any updates on ICOs. Like I'll put kind of descriptions. So if Bitfinex says they're pushing their exchange back, I'll put right here in the description, Bitfinex exchange pushback, so you guys can just see it all in one hub. We don't have to really worry about that, but that's for everything, and that'll be something that I'm kind of compiling about right now, and I'm kind of working on. Maybe kind of the future, we're not sure exactly yet. So here we're in Bitcoin, and obviously we see an absolute complete downtrend right now. I'm going to keep the arrows red just because it is kind of a gross downtrend. I'm not sure where to put this other one. I'll probably put it about maybe right there for a level, and then we also have one about right here. That seems good to me. So if it does break that, it could fall down to here if it does break the actual support and the resistance up here. So as we've seen with history, Bitcoin has gone down and it's come back up to that resistance. It came down on the support. Now we could possibly see it go back up to 14,000. Does that guarantee? No, nothing is guaranteed. But based on the patterns of Bitcoin throughout the day, we in the oversold on the stochastics RSI, as well as the MACD kind of starting to go up on an uptrend. As you can see, it's not really that clear, but we can maybe draw a line. It has kind of have that little uptrend, so we could possibly see that. That's all things that I'm kind of looking for Bitcoin on the daily chart. Obviously, we see back here where the stochastics were oversold and it was still kind of falling. So it did pop up a little bit and it still fell back down, popped up, and then it ultimately took back down. But we can see that the stochastics are kind of right when Bitcoin's down. So it does fall with stochastics RSI are all the way down, comes back up, falls again, and started to obviously dabble. This is where things got very interesting. It came back up and it ended up reaching, sorry, my microphone's kind of in the way, ended up reaching tops of about 20K, came back down, stochastics got oversold, came back up, and then it was supposed to, obviously the stochastics, for what my understanding is, what I like to see, is it'll start to come back up, and it ended up just taking this huge drop for one day. If we look into the 4-hour chart, that's another thing that will be pretty interesting that I was kind of looking at, is stochastics on that. So they are kind of high right now. The MACD did start to curl up. That's something to watch out for. And then we also have that 1-hour chart that we can look at as well. And we can see that it did validate that support at about 9,000 the other day, and that was concerned off a downtrend, and which could definitely be kind of seen. If we just based it off these two downtrends, it did show kind of a downtrend. It was still in a downtrend, and we could see that the support was about 9,000, and it did kind of hit that, which was nice to see that it at least hit that support, which was something that was validated, which we could maybe see a nice kind of uptrend again. But it is kind of struggling to get past that 12,000 level. It did briefly go over 12,000, but nothing like where it shot up. So that's something interesting to kind of look at. I do want to draw that little support right there, which is about where it closed. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember that day, but if you guys do remember that day where it did take a huge dip and everyone's like, oh my God, Bitcoin's going over, this is the correction, and ended up shooting right back up. I think it hit about 10,000, ended up shooting right back up and closing at about 12,000, and that's something that it's been getting a tough time to get by. So it's interesting to see that a past kind of support is ultimately now its resistance. Like I said, support's turned into new resistance, and that's something that I like to look at. So I'm kind of going to delete this stuff. Hopefully you guys are following along. I know I'm kind of rushing through, not really rushing through it, but I know I'm kind of drawing my things quick, and hopefully you guys are understanding. But for me, what I like to see with Bitcoin is I like to look at the 2-hour or 4-hour chart, just because it kind of predicts Bitcoin can fall pretty fast like we've seen in the past. So you want to kind of make sure that when you're looking at it, you're looking at a chart that's very reactive. So you're not looking at the one day, because as we can see, if you're looking at the one day and you're like, oh, okay, like stochastics are pretty high, right? Like they're going to fall, or stochastics are pretty low, they're going to go back up, and then they just start to fall, it's hard because it can take swings within a day that go from about, let's say, 17,000 down to 16,400, and nothing big, but we have seen some huge candles like right here where it's gone from 13,000 all the way down to 11,592, 15% loss. It does have those big candles that kind of take a big swing down, as well as these huge and I like to call these things stickies. So I don't know about you guys. I like to call them stickies. I know they're kind of candlesticks, whatever you want to call them, but I like to call them stickies because when I think of a stick, I just think of something so gross. And especially because if it goes down, you're like, holy shit, that's scary, because it did go down, although it did pop up. And when it's going up and it doesn't close at that price, you're like, why? Why couldn't you just close at that price? So obviously, yeah, we see the stochastics in the one day. I like to look at that kind of 1 hour mostly, and we're looking at that kind of tough getting over that 12,000 mark. Like I said in the past, that 12,000 kind of never really shot up. It's kind of settled right at 12,000. So it's interesting to see if this next 1 hour, it could possibly break over that 12,000. It'll be interesting to look at. Maybe when I upload this video, it could be past 12,000. Maybe when I upload this video, it could be down to 10,500, but I want to let you guys know that this market most likely will recover. It should recover. We have these dips all the time. If you guys haven't seen that picture, I'm actually going to go to my Facebook real quick and look at that picture that someone actually commented in the description, on my Exclusive Crypto Facebook group, and it was a pretty nice picture. It actually kind of proved that this is what's happening with cryptocurrency. It's nothing to kind of be afraid of. It's normal. I actually want to, maybe I can find it if I keep going down. Here we go. I remember kind of approving it. Oh, here we go. So Darius Woods, if you're watching this, congrats, you're featured. But this was all the dips. So we saw this dip right here, early 2015, early 2016 a dip, early 2017 a dip, and then early 2018 a dip. So it's been 4 years in a row that's dipped this much, the market cap. Something interesting to look at, as well as Bitcoin's kind of overall Bitcoin market cap is going down. So there's more altcoins that are booming. And personally, I could maybe see another coin taking over the big market cap. I'm not going to guarantee anything because crypto is very, very spotty. But like I said, that's kind of just my Bitcoin technical analysis. If it does break that actual channel, maybe we could see an upwards break. I mean, I kind of want to look at that, but maybe we could see an upwards break of about another 20,000 gain. I'm not going to guarantee anything. It's still in a bearish channel, but if it does break that, that's the next kind of resistance. Maybe a resistance I would see is about this line at 17,000, and then we have another resistance line at about 20,000. That's something that I can see. So if you guys are looking to get into Bitcoin, looking for a safe bet, maybe a break over about 12,000 or 13,000 is something that you could look at. So a break over 13,000, it shows you about a profit margin. I'm going to turn down these channels. It shows you about a profit margin. If you do enter that and you don't really if it does break out that bearish channel, it does offer a profit margin about 30%. So for you guys who are just looking for maybe a quick swing in Bitcoin, that is something that I'm looking at. So it did break down. It did validate that support again at about 11,000, if you want to say, for the daily chart. And if it does break that, it could show a nice validation of breaking that other resistance, which turns into a new support of showing a profit margin of about 34%. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I showed you guys it is in a downtrend. If it does break that, it could go to possibly 17,000. If it breaks out, it could go to 20,000. But if it does break that, or if it does keep going down, the next spot we kind of saw, I think we talked about, was $8,000, which would be down here. So these are all the levels that I'm kind of looking at for Bitcoin. It'll be interesting to see how it works within the next couple of days. Keep your eye on it. Make sure you set your stop losses just in case for any big run. Just set into USDT. Ultimately, what I would do is, if you think it's going to break it, look closely and then sell it to USDT, because sometimes USDT, if it will be at like about 11,000, it will already be down to like 10,700, and it could be validating that support right there, and then it could jump back up. So just something, if you want to stay safe, sell it right away. I don't know. Just make sure that you guys are minimizing your losses and maximizing your profits, and these are kind of things that I'm looking for Bitcoin. So like I said, I kind of gave my whole spiel about what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, the podcast. I'm adding that new Exclusively Crypto spreadsheet for all you guys. I'm doing giving away all the affiliate coins that I do for only lending ICOs and all that. So if you guys do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment anything that you guys want. I will cover all comments. Subscribe to me, turn on post notifications, and join the Exclusively Crypto Facebook group. I hope you guys are profiting a ton this weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend, maybe hanging out with family, friends, whatever it is. Go enjoy your life. Go enjoy your time. And remember to always be exclusive to crypto. I'll see you guys on the moon. Hopefully you can join.